Ki Fateh. Guru Pyareo, so often we get confused of what we should do in order to progress our Sikhi, to dive deeper within ourselves, to reach that experience of bliss, to experience enlightenment. And quite often this is due to because we fail to understand what the role of a Sikh is and what the role of a Guru is. What is this relationship between the Guru and the Sikh? The Guru literally means the enlightener, and the Sikh literally referring to the student. But now when we dive into Gurbani, Guru Sahib is described in so many different ways, and the Sikh is described in so many different ways. Let's take a look at the different analogies Guru Sahib uses, different examples throughout history. What relationship did Bhai Daya Singh Ji from the Panj Pyare have with Guru Gobind Singh Ji? What relationship did Bhai Mardana Ji have with Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Paatshah? Now you think of all these historical relationships with the Guru Sahib, you might think of Bhagat Kabir Ji, and then you try to relate that back to yourself. And you think, well, how can I experience that? Is this experience with Guru Sahib, this relationship, growing relationship, is it only possible back in history, or is it just a myth for people to talk about today? Pyareo, this relationship between a Guru and a Sikh starts off with ignorance. Eventually, it turns into light, transforms into love, and that love completely unites the two. Taking examples from history, we grow our love. Guru Sahib is sometimes described as a forgiver, sometimes a protector, sometimes a mother, sometimes a father, sometimes a friend. In Gurbani we read, Madapta Sut Band Narayan. That Narayan, that Akal Purkh, the omnipresent Vaheguru, Guru Sahib, they are our father, mother, son, friend. How is this possible? And then the analogies are used that Guru Sahib, Chakvi Suraj Het Hai, that the Guru Sahib is like the sun and the Sikh is like the sunbird. Guru Sahib is like the cloud and the Sikh is like the rainbird calling out towards it. What is that relationship like? What are the responsibilities of a Sikh? Sometimes this gets overlooked. We think, well, Guru Sahib is just supposed to be the giver. Why is this happening to me? Yet we're failing to understand what our role is as a Sikh. And then we don't understand, we don't quite grasp how Guru Sahib's Kirpa might work in relation to our own efforts. So therefore we fail to understand the role of Guru Sahib. Let's try to jump at this first example between how these Gur Sikhs throughout history, they fell in love with Guru Sahib, and what is that love like? How can we showcase that in the form of a story? And the first thing that comes to my mind is Bhai Manjji. Pyareo, Bhai Manjji, whose original name was Tirtha during the time of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the 5th Guru. They were the leader of a Manj clan. Their entire village followed them. And one day on their travels, they came to Amritsar Sahib. They heard so much about Guru Arjan Dev Ji, how they blessed people, they enlightened people, they were so wise, they were so merciful. They expressed so much love that somebody coming into their sanctuary, all the pains of their life went away. This desire welled up inside of their heart as they took each step, traveling towards city Amritsar Sahib. When they arrived, they came into the darbar, they came into the court, bowed down their head, and as soon as they bowed down, they looked around, they experienced the vibration that went through their body as their hands touched Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sache Pacha's lotus, beautiful feet. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sache Pacha asked, what do you want? Why did you come here? Bhai Manjaji, or their name Tirtha, they said that bless me with your naam, bless me with your name, make me a Sikh. I want to become your Sikh. Give me your charan ball. Bless me with this beautiful nectar of yours. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji, to everybody else's surprise, they said that, are you worthy to become a Sikh? Why do you want to become a Sikh? What do you think that you're going to get from becoming a Sikh? You're already rich, you already have people following you. You're famous, you're well respected. What is in this for you to gain? What do you benefit from? And Bhai Manjaji said that despite all of these things I have, I do not have this peace. I need your name, I need your blessings. I do not have this ability to connect to Paramatma, to dive deep within myself. Only the guidance of a Guru can give me that. They express their love in this way. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sache Pacha, Pyareo, knowing the Guru is like somebody who is presented with a rock. The world says it's a rock, but the true Guru that has the eye, they know that this rock that the world is spitting upon, the world is kicking, the world thinks absolutely useless, the Guru is going to cut that. The Guru is going to turn that rock into a diamond and present it in front of the world. And this diamond is Bhai Manjaji. Guru Arjan Dev Ji knows that there's work left to do. That's the sign of a true Guru. They know what the disease is, they can diagnose it. And they're able to give the proper medicine. Now the relationship with the Guru Sahib and every Gursikh is different. Somebody is doing Kirtan, somebody is doing Katha, somebody is going to work, they're a lawyer, a doctor, somebody is running their business, somebody is working at Walmart. Everybody is doing a different thing. Everybody has accumulated different karma over the years. And this different karma they've accumulated, that gives them a place of who they are today, what relationships they have, where they're born, where they stand in life, how far or close are they to reaching this divine experience through the Guru. But they fail to realize that the tasks and the things that we do now and the next steps that we take, they're going to create our future karma until eventually Guru Sahib blesses us and all our karma is shredded apart. Bhai Manjaji had a lot of work to do, yet they didn't realize. Guru Sahib knew this. Guru Arjan Dev Ji, they gave them, they blessed them with Charanpal, they blessed them with Naam. And they told them that if you take this Amrit, prior to taking Amrit, prior to taking Charanpal, they said if you become my Sikh, you are going to lose all of your followers. You are going to lose all of your wealth. You're going to become nobody. You're going to struggle. Everything of yours is going to be lost. Nobody's going to question, no one's going to respect you anymore. Are you willing to do this? And Bhai Manjaji said, yes. Pyareo, Bhai Manjaji stayed for a few days, they went back to their village. And when they went back to their village, cutting the long story short, many people threatened them. All of their followers began becoming Sikhs of the Guru as well. Some people threatened them. Sometimes people even came and oppressed them. All the cattle in the village, they began to die. In one night, all of the cattle died. People started going hungry, and everybody blamed that the reason why this is happening to us is because we started following this Guru of this Bhai Manj. And because he's a leader, he's done all of these things. That's why we're being cursed now. So everybody, they told the oppressors, they prayed, and they said that we have nothing to do with Bhai Manj and his false religion. They started moving away. Bhai Manj ji had nothing left. Yet they continued to grow their love for Guru Sahib every day. They woke up early in the morning and meditated on Waheguru's name. And a point came where there wasn't enough food for them to eat. Their wife was pregnant. And the time came when Bhai Manj ji and their wife, they agreed that the wife would become a maid in somebody's house who's offering it. She accepted, if this is what we're going to need to do to raise our family, to be able to wed our daughter in the future, then this is what we're going to do. I'm going to work, and Bhai Manj ji is going to go out and try to find different means to work as well. And as they're doing this, they both went through all of these difficulties. Those people that treated him like a leader, respected him, now they're treating him like a slave. And the time came throughout all of these times when it became so unbearable. They packed up everything and they traveled back towards Amritsar Sahib. When they came towards Amritsar Sahib, Bhai Manj ji began doing Langar di Seva. He started collecting firewood. He started lighting the fire and helping cook the food. And then he would eat in the langar. One day when he came inside of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sache Pacha's darbar, Guru Arjan Dev Ji asked him, after he bowed down, everybody was looking and saying that, wow, look at the state of Bhai Manj ji. His clothes are torn. Before, when he came originally, he walked in like a leader, with people respecting him with honor, and now he has no respect in the worldly aspect. Guru Arjan Dev Ji asked, Bhai Manj, where do you eat from? Because everybody, even though his name was Bhai Tirtha, everybody, because he was from the Manj clan, everybody began to call him Bhai Manj. Guru Sahib said, where do you eat from? And Bhai Manj ji said, that I eat from the Guru's langar, I eat from your langar, I eat from your kitchen. And Guru Sahib said, then aren't you just doing the service, aren't you just doing seva as a wage? You could easily just be working at somebody else's place and earning that money and then feeding yourself. That's what you're using langar for. You're earning, you're doing the seva and then just eating out of that same langar. So you're not really giving anything in. Everybody was shocked to hear this. Many people thought, why is Guru Arjan Dev Ji being so inconsiderate? Why are they lacking compassion today? Normally they're the ocean of compassion, but today they're being so harsh. Even the daughter of Bhai Manj ji asked Bhai Manj ji and said, oh father, why was Guru Sahib so harsh to you? You spoke so highly about him. And Bhai Manj ji said, no Guru Sahib, this is a test. The thoughts came to Bhai Manj ji's mind through all of these nights, and they would think that, Guru Sahib, why are you not protecting me? Why am I going through this? And sometimes we think these thoughts as well. I gave myself to Guru Sahib. I'm trying to walk towards Sikhi. I'm trying to grow my relationship. But why are the things that I'm thinking, why am I not getting the promotion I want? Why am I not getting more friends? Why am I losing friends? Why do I feel unhappy? Sometimes these things come into our mind as well. I'm reading so much Gurbani, but I'm not experiencing anything. Pyareo, your job, my beloved brothers and sisters, your job is to do the karm, do the action, do as much as you can, but the blessings are not in your hand. You're not trading Guru Sahib. You're not saying, I'll do this much for you, and Guru Sahib, so you have to bless me this much. What type of ashki is this, in which you make a trade with Guru Sahib? That's not called true love. True love is that which you completely give yourself in with nothing in return. your breath, your wealth, your mind. Pyareo, these are the things that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha, they completely gave to the Khalsa Panth. If we're celebrating Vaisakhi in these days, remember the Khalsa Sajana Devs, remember these words of Guru Sahib, that the daan that I do, if I'm donating daan diyo inhi ka balo, ar anna dana lagat ni ko. If I'm going to do seva, sev kari inhi ki pavat, aur ki sev sohat na ji ko. I'm not going to do seva. I'm going to give my head, my body, my wealth, my family, everything to this Khalsa Panth. That's what true sacrifice is. And Bhai Manjji is having these thoughts that sometimes we think in our life. They're saying that, Guru Sahib, why am I going through this? I thought I made myself yours. And then they remembered the words of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, that you are going to lose all of these things if you want to become the path, if you want to walk this path of the Guru. They remembered the words of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Khanyo tikhi walo nikki. When they said this to Bhai Manjji, that this path is like walking on the edge of a sword, walking on finer than a strand of hair. It's so easy to fall off, but that's truly where the value comes. So somebody might think, what's the point of making it so difficult? Only the things that are difficult, only they have value. If earning a Nobel Prize was so easy that millions of people across the world were earning it, then the Nobel Prize would have no value. If becoming a billionaire, I'm just giving a worldly example, if becoming a billionaire was so easy, then the billionaires would not be looked up towards as saying how they grew their business. Because there's a contrast and there's a rarity between these Gursikhs that fall in love and walk this path and reach that stage of enlightenment and liberate themselves through the Guru's blessings. There's value put. Jinni naam te aaya gaye masakat kaal nanak te bu khujle kitti shutti naal. They are praised. Jaykar kiyo tarmiyan ka. Those tarmi people, those righteous people, they're praised. Papi ko dand diyo, and those people that are sinners, they face the consequences. And Bhai Manjji, they remember that Guru Sahib said that this path is difficult, that I'm going to lose all of this, and Guru Sahib is just walking me through this. They grew their love daily. And despite people recommending them not to do this, they eventually went and they stopped eating from langar. In the evenings, they would go out and try to earn in different ways, but during the day, they would go and collect firewood early in the morning, and they would bring that to the langar to make sure that there's enough fire to be burning for the langar to be cooked upon, for the rotiyan to be cooked upon. One of these days, after many days went by like this, one of these days, it was raining very harshly. Bhai Manjji is walking in, as there was foggy and there was dust that blew into their face. They were unable to see while carrying the wood. They walked towards the well and they fell into the well. When they fell into the well, they began calling for help. Many people gathered, they tried helping Bhai Manjji. Even Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sache Pacha, they walked out with their bare feet that day. They looked towards Bhai Manjji and they saw Bhai Manjji telling all the Gursikhs that don't bring me out first, bring the firewood out first. Because if the wood gets wet, then nobody has any langar to eat. Because nobody can cook any food because we won't have enough fire. Save the fire. If I get wet, then there's no need. Even if I die, even if I drown, there's no need. Throw down the rope and save the firewood first. And then if there's enough time, if there's enough room, then you guys can save me. The extent of this sacrifice, to always put the Sangat's need, the Panth's need, the Khalsa Panth's need, humanity's needs, the community's needs before yourself. That's what true seva is. Now we might think that seva, oh, I'm doing this, but a lot of people might be doing that seva for personal benefit, for people praising them. Pyareo, true seva is that is when your mind is fully in tune with Guru Sahib, in the Guru's love, and you're losing yourself. Guru Sahib's love is scrubbing away at your ignorance, scrubbing away at your vices inside of yourself. Bhai Manjji had developed that inside of themselves. And when Bhai Manjji was brought out after the firewood, they saw Guru Arjan Dev Ji standing there. They fell at their feet, they grabbed onto their feet. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sache Pacha, they explained how Bhai Manjji, what they had done. And they said that, ask for what you want. Bhai Manjji said, bless me so that I never ask for anything else. They said, your state of mind, your state of being, this love of yours will never allow you to do that anyways. Ask for something. They say, the Guru Sahib, bless me with such, bless the Gursikhs that they never have to face such hardships like I had to. Make my karma, make the things that I have done easier upon the Gursikhs that come up to you in the future. Guru Arjan Dev Ji said, that will happen, but ask something for yourself. And Bhai Manjji said, bless me with this naam, bless me so that I never forget your charan, never forget your feet, and I completely clasp with them. I become one with your feet. Guru Arjan Dev Ji, they blessed them, put their hand on top of their head, they gave them a hug, embraced them, Pyareo. That's what true love is. This is the relationship. These are the responsibilities of a Gursikh. A Sikh is never to question their Guru. Tu samrat vada meri mat thodi ram. A lot of times we think that, oh, I understand more and this Gurbani may or may not make sense according to what I think. No. Your intellect is very small. It's like a bowl. You cannot fill the entire ocean, which is the Guru, inside of your little bowl. You can take your bowl and you can throw it into the ocean. You can take your mind, you throw it at Guru Sahib, you dive into the deep end. And that bowl, which is made of dirt, whatever it may be, it'll deteriorate, it'll be shattered, it'll get lost, it'll drown into that ocean. It'll become part of the ocean. And that's truly what happens. Your ignorance is lost and you become one with Guru Sahib. Never ever question the true Guru, full faith. The next thing is sacrificing every physical and mental thing that you could possibly. So that includes your body, your bodily desires, what people think of you. These are all mental things. Your own thoughts you sacrifice. That if there's lust or anger that's coming inside of your mind, don't let your own mind's thoughts be there. Instead, replace them with Guru's thoughts. Close out these things which you fill your mind with through your eyes and your ears. They're polluting your mind. What you're watching on Instagram and social media, who you're talking to, your friend circle, are you talking about slandering people? Are you speaking about gaining possessions? Are you growing your own ego? Or are you intuning into the Guru Shabad, the Guru's word, with such love that the ignorance of your mind is being scraped away, it's being washed away in the Guru's love, so that you can become one with Guru Sahib. Pyareo, that is the responsibility of a Sikh. And alongside this, another responsibility of the Sikh is to follow each and every aspect of their life according to Guru's hukam. Whether it's how you eat, whether it's how you talk, whether it's what you look at, whether it's who you talk to, how you dress, how you earn your money, how you make your income, what is your business. All of these things, they have to be according to Guru's mat, the Guru's path. You might think Sikhi, well, it's a belief system. No, it's absolutely not a belief system. It's a culture within itself. It's a full righteous system. It's a way of life. Guru Sahib teaches you how to speak, mit bolada ji. Speak so sweetly, speak with such humility that you're able to win everybody's hearts. That speak in such a way, speak with the tongue, the way that Guru Sahib would speak, the God would speak. Have God sit on your tongue and speak these sweet words. What do you look at? Partya rupana pe kehne, don't ever look at another person's wife or another person's husband. Keep humility. Stay righteous. Don't look upon the wealth of another person. Don't look at another person's faults and then talk about them and then remember them. Don't compare yourself to other people. Instead, look at your path towards Guru Sahib and compare yourselves to those beautiful, great saints that have walked these paths prior to this, and they've reached this goal that you're wanting to reach. What you look at, how you eat, what you eat. Sache Pacha says, Baba hor khana khushi khwar. If you're eating and eating, that is affecting your health, you're actually going against Guru's hukam. The job of a Sikh is from a physical aspect, mental aspect, lifestyle aspect, ideological aspect, political aspect, no matter what aspect you can think of. Everything is in line with Guru Sahib. It's not an ideology where you can do whatever you want in life and then, my thoughts or my beliefs, they align with Guru Sahib's teachings. No. You're some percentage on the way there, but there's a lot to do to completely remove your ego and fall in love and become one and reach the goal of merging with Paramatma. The responsibilities of a Gursikh go beyond. They step towards the Khalsa Panth and all of humanity. Walking this path of Gursikhi is not a responsibility only towards yourself and towards your Guru anymore. You are to see that light of God within every being, every element, every atom within this entire creation, within this entire world, and you're meant to serve it with that love and devotion that you serve God, you serve Guru Sahib with. You are meant to stand up for the righteousness in this world. You're meant to lay down your life when humanity, when righteousness, when the Khalsa Panth asks for it. Those are the words of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha, that when the Panth needs you, are you willing to lay down your life? Are you willing to sacrifice everything for the time being? You're growing your life, you're living your life, you're growing your wealth, you're growing your family, but all of these things are a part of life. You're living in life. You're enjoying life. When the time comes to sacrifice it, are you detached enough to completely let everything go? Pero the responsibilities of a Sikh towards the Guru. We're living in ignorance, we're living in darkness. We do not know. We're trying to walk a path. We might be walking a path, but with no light, there's no luck. And keep in mind this liberation, this aspect, the blessings of Guru Sahib, they do not come with your own efforts. You do the efforts impress and they make Guru Sahib happy. And the Guru Sahib bestows these blessings upon you. And when we look at the aspects of the Guru, Pyareo, there's one thing when we look in Gurbani, Guru Sahib is not bound by anything. No. But there's one thing they are bound by. Now somebody might be thinking, well, if Guru Sahib has created the world, Waheguru created the world, Guru Sahib is all powerful. I'm using Guru Sahib and Waheguru simultaneously. They mean this, they're referring to the same thing. Guru Parameshwar Eko Jaan, that Guru and God, they're one. If Guru Sahib is the creator of the world, the protector of those that can't be protected, they are the parent of those people that have no parents. They provide happiness to everybody. They're not bound by anything. They're the person that is not even bound by gender, birth, death, time, physics. None of these things apply. Karma, these things don't apply to them. What are they bound by? And the Bhagats, they speak to Akal Purkh and they say, there's one thing that God, you are bound by. Jo hum bande moh faas, hum prem bandhan tum bade, apne shootan ko yatan kare. When you have taken me, you've put me into this world, you've separated me from you. You've put me into this world and you've entangled me in these vices of attachments in the world. But guess what? Hum prem bandhan tum bate. There's one thing that I've tied you up as well. Guess what? I followed your command. I connected to your name. I did exactly as you did, and I'm free from this. I beat you at your own game, but, oh Guru Sahib, there's one thing that you cannot escape from. Hum prem bandhan tum bade. You've tied me into this world with the attachments, but I've tied you up with my love. I've bound you by my love. I've bound you by my devotion. I meditated on your name. I was free from your bondages. But can you be free from my bondage? They're playing this challenge to God. They're saying, can you be free from me? Because you can't meditate on my name. My name is not powerful. Your name is powerful. So how are you going to be free from this? And pyareo, it's true. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they were bound by the love of Guru Sikhs. Bhai Mardana Ji challenged Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They said, bless me. And even Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who was the relationship between the Sikh and the Guru, was not just like a Sikh and a Guru where they're like a king and a slave, but it was like best friends. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji grabbed onto Bhai Mardana Ji and said, nahi Mardana, if you leave me, then what can I do? This love that they bound, that Bhai Mardana Ji bound Guru Nanak Dev Ji with. Bebe Nanaki Ji, the sister of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they're at the age of 5 with their small little hands, they close their hands and they ask for a brother. They ask for a brother from God. And God, Waheguru themselves come into their house and become their brother. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is traveling all across the world. People are calling out for Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They're saying, Guru Sahib, please come to us. And Bebe Nanaki Ji's love bound Guru Nanak Dev Ji that whenever they thought of Guru Nanak Dev Ji and they had this desire for their brother to come into their garden, Guru Nanak Dev Ji would appear. And that's exactly how it happened. Pyareo, this relationship where the Gur Sikh has the ability to bind the Guru. That's what true love is. So many examples. And on this aspect, when a Sikh shows so much Shraddha, so much devotion, so much love, truly it entices your heart. But Guru Sahib, Sache Paatshah, they know exactly how to destroy all of the specks of falsehood, of ignorance that are polluting your mind, that even if that person's love becomes so strong, Guru Sahib removes all of that immediately when that person's love becomes so strong, and Guru Sahib comes running out and blesses them with things that nobody can think of. And when I speak about this love, that almost stubborn love, that's what a Sikh needs to do, become so stubborn in front of Guru Sahib that the Guru is forced to bless that person. And the story comes to my mind of Jani Shah. Jani Shah was a Sikh during the time of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Sache Paatshah. He was a fakir. He was traveling and he would travel to different places, try to reach spirituality. He went to different faiths, he went to different gurus, he went to different peers, and he would spend some time with them. He wouldn't receive anything and he would feel disheartened. He would go somewhere else, And as he's traveling, he heard about Guru Har Gobind Sahib Sache Paatshah. He heard about them. And he began traveling towards this area where he heard Guru Har Gobind Sahib Sache Paatshah had just finished fighting a battle at the place of Sri Har Gobindpur. Jani Shah came and he sat down. He sat down outside the darbar, outside the building of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Sache Paatshah, and he asked the guards. He said that I want to meet Guru Har Gobind Sahib Sache Paatshah. I want to meet that Jani. Jani means the knower. Jira Janada, the person that's all knower, the inner knower of all hearts, Antarjami. And Jani Shah's name was Jani as well. So he kept on saying this phrase, Janni ko Janni mila do. That let that Janni, the one that's knowing, let that Janni meet this Janni. Janni ko Janni mila do. And when the guards went to Guru Hargobind Sahib, and they said that this person outside, he wants to meet you. Guru Hargobind Maharaj, who was busy in their political affairs, even though Guru Sahib knows everything. And they said, not right now, I'm not able to meet. Janni sat down and he kept on meditating and he kept on saying, Janni ko Janni mila do. Stubborn love. That's the responsibility of a Gursikh. Janni ko Janni mila do. Let this Janni meet that Janni. Janni ko Janni mila do. They kept on saying it stubbornly. Days went by. Pyareo, I'm cutting this long story short. When somebody passed that word to Guru Hargobind Maharaj, that person outside, he keeps on saying that he wants to meet you. Guru Sahib, please meet him. Guru Sahib knows what's better. Je gur chidke ta meetha lage. Even if the Guru yells at you, this is the responsibility relationship between a Guru and a Sikh, like a parent and a child. The child does not know. The mother yells at the child, scolds the child for the child's benefit, for the child's love. And the child does not retaliate. They know. Je gur chidke, even if the Guru yells at you, consider that to be sweet. Guru Sahib said, if he really wants to meet me, Guru Sahib said, make a wall between him and me. And as these Gursikhs went out, they're even thinking, why is Guru Sahib doing this? They're putting the bricks one by one, and they're making a wall between Janni Shah and Guru Hargobind Maharaj, that Janni Shah can't even see the darbar anymore, can't even see the court anymore. And he kept on sitting there. He didn't eat for days. Another Gursikh would come and he would give them bread. He would give them food and water to drink. And he would eat a little bit and he would keep on reciting and meditating, Janni ko Janni mila do, Janni ko Janni mila do, day and night, day and night. Literally imagine going up to somebody's door, sitting outside the door, and if they're not opening it, sitting there and crying and calling out the name again and again and again. Truly spiritually inside of you, that's what a Gursikh is meant to be doing. And then we look at the analogies described in Gurbani, the relationship between a Sikh and a Guru. Just like the rainbird called out to that cloud. That one drop is all that rainbird needs, that babiha needs. Babiha preo preo kare, calls out preo preo, my beloved, my beloved. And when that one drop from the cloud comes, it is completely satisfied. It goes into a state of ecstasy. It's fulfilled. In the same way, the Gursikh calls out to the Guru again and again and again and again. That grows your love. This thong, that desire to completely throw everything else in the world, that I don't care about the world. That food, I don't care about it. What you think about me, I don't care about it. You know, how I'm doing my wealth, I don't care about it. The only thing that I care about is my love for my Guru. Guru Sahib, come out and meet me. Guru Sahib, embrace me. If that is not your state of mind, Pyareo, this path towards your Guru, spirituality, it's difficult. You can't think, it's not possible to just sit and think, I'll close my eyes and do exercise of my mind. Meditation is not exercising your mind and going into a state of just mindfulness. That's a step along the way. That's not the goal. This relationship of your Guru is not to sit and meditate and just recite a mantra and saying that, oh, I feel blissful, I feel cool, that's a great experience. No, that's a step along the way. That's not the goal. The goal is to completely have your mind submerged in this love that all other things in this world, they completely remove away. You're completely detached from the world, and intuitively, sahaje, intuitively, your shackles of attachment, of ignorance are dispelled, and you and Guru Sahib become one. Intuitive process. But it can happen within a second. It doesn't have to take years and lifetimes. Someone can meditate, someone can do charitable work for lifetimes and lifetimes. But completely going to that state of love, it takes 1 second to be blessed, 1 second to be liberated, 1 second to reach enlightenment. That's all it takes. The sound hits your ears of Guru Sahib's words, Guru Sahib's blessings, and that's it. There's no existence of I, there's no existence of ego anymore. Pero Janni Shah is saying again, he's in such a state, Janni ko Janni mila do, and casually, When someone comes up to Guru Hargobind Sahib Sache Paatshah and says, Jani is out there, Guru Sahib, we do ardas, we pray that you go out and meet him. And Guru Hargobind Maharaj casually just said, well, if he really wants to meet me, why doesn't he go and jump into the river? And when the person came out and told Jani Shah that this is what Guru Hargobind Maharaj said, that in order to meet Guru Sahib, you need to just jump into the well. And somebody might be thinking, well, if that person thinks of me like this, how we have attitude nowadays, well then, I don't care about them either. But no, this love is not like that. Jani Shah saw that as an opportunity, and they said, Guru Sahib said that I can meet him if I go jump into the river, if I drown into the river, that's it. Jani Shah got up and they began running towards the river. He ran and he ran and he ran. He's like, Jani ko Jani wala do. He's running and he's running. And people went back to Guru Hargobind Maharaj and they said, Guru Hargobind Maharaj, the person's actually, Jani Shah's actually running towards the river now. He's actually about to go kill himself. And Guru Hargobind Sahib said, Sache Paatshah, obviously they knew everything and they planned everything. They sent Baba Bidhi Chand, they sent all of these Surbirs. They said, go chase after him. Go bring him back. Jani Shah is running. People are chasing him. And he's saying, no, I want to meet Guru Sahib. Don't grab onto me. He's throwing people away and he's running towards the river. He jumps in the river. These Gursikhs go and they pull him out of the river. He's about to drown. He's saying, no, I want to meet Guru Sahib. They pull him out. Guru Hargobind Maharaj comes out. They hug Jani Shah. They embrace him. And Guru Hargobind Maharaj says, Jani ko Jani mil gaya. Then now Jani has met Jani. Pyaro, truly Jani Shah was liberated. Jani Shah reached enlightenment the moment Guru Hargobind Maharaj embraced him. That's the relationship. That's the love. Oh, there's no words that I have for that. Jani Shah, they sat and they reached the state of enlightenment. And after a time, Guru Hargobind Maharaj, they commanded him, they said, go out and teach people this message of this love. Teach people how to get closer to Guru Sahib and reach God. Spread the message of Gurbani. Pyareo, this relationship of Guru and Sikh is of blessing. But one thing I also want to add here, it's also about forgiveness. A lot of times we might think in our life that I'm not worthy. I've made so many mistakes. I'm an alcoholic. My entire life has been wasted in lust, in anger, in all of these vices, and I'm shameful whenever I go in front of Guru Sahib. I'm shameful, but no, Pyareo, keep in mind, Guru Sahib is not here for the enlightened. The enlightened have been blessed. Guru Sahib is blessing them. Guru Sahib is that person that makes those sinners into enlightened people. Examples given in Gurbani. Ganaka was a prostitute. When God blessed Ganaka with God's name, she recited God's name and she became enlightened. Ajamal, who was completely lost in the vice of lust, he was blessed. People that were murderers, mass murderers, killers, they were blessed. Thieves were blessed. Slanderers, people that slandered saints. On one side, Gurbani says, Santaka Nandak Mahahatiyara, that person that slanders saints is the greatest butcher, the worst enemy of this world. Mahahatiyara, they're the worst you can think of. On the other side, Guru Sahib is blessing those people as well. Pyareo, when we think of forgiveness, Pyareo, there's the responsibility for the person that needs to be forgiven or wants to be forgiven, and the Guru Sahib that is forgiving them. When we look into Gurbani, this line comes into my mind, Ramaya hum barak tera, kahe na khandas avguna mera. This relationship, Guru Sahib as a mother. Now we look at Guru Sahib as a mother, a father, a friend. Let's talk about these things. First, a mother. Whenever a child, they make a mistake. Maybe the father's angry and they're trying to discipline, but the mom naturally has that coolness, that forgiving, that loving nature, that warmth about them, and they forgive the child. They have that motherly nature, what we call. And that mother forgives the child. It doesn't matter if the child yells at the mother, beats the mother, runs away from home, doesn't speak to the mother for 30 years. But when the child comes back to the mother will always be happy to embrace their child. That nature of a mother, I'm generalizing, that nature of a mother is so that she never looks at the faults of the child. No matter what mistakes, no matter how bad the mistakes are. That's the relationship, that's what Guru Sahib is. The Sikh makes mistakes. Yes, we're learning. We make so many mistakes. We fall off the path. We fall under vices. We make a mistake. We might even turn our face away from Guru Sahib. We might even slander Guru Sahib. We might even yell at them. We might even completely say, I don't believe in this, I don't care, and so on. But let me remind you of the Chali Mukte. Pyareo, my beloved brothers and sisters, you know this history. You know when Bhai Maha Singh and those Gur Sikhs in Anandpur Sahib, now they weren't in a state where we are full, our fridges are full, and we have, and we're indulged in vices. They actually had such difficulties where there was no food to eat. There was no way out. Their bodies had turned into skeletons. They'd been fighting for months and months. Their blisters from their hands were sticking to their swords. They would go and ask Mata Gujri Ji, the mother of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha, and say, Guru Sahib's mother, Mata Gujri Ji, please go tell your son to do something. We can't do this anymore. Those Gur Sikhs left. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha even had a plan then. Sometimes to learn that love, a child is sent away and the child returns to embrace that love even more. That union is where that bliss is. That's why we're separated from Akal Purkh in this world. His game is created. We're separated. We're experiencing in this journey of connecting towards Guru Sahib, we realize the value through that union. Those Guru Sikhs went away. They're slandered. Their wives, they threw the plates at them. They say, is this the food that you want? And that gave birth to Mata Pak Kaur Ji, Mata Pak Guji. Mata Pak Guji and these 40 Gur Sikhs by Maha Singh, they travelled back towards, after Guru Gobind Singh Ji, in the meantime, they had left Anandpur Sahib, Chamkaur Di Gadi, all of these battles had happened. And then Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha is coming to this battlefield, and this great battle had just taken place. The Battle of Muktsar. One day Guru Gobind Singh Ji walks into this battlefield. They go towards these Gur Sikhs. They look at them one by one and their cuts are there, and they look at one of these Gur Sikhs, and the Gur Sikhs is still breathing. He has cuts. He knows he's not going to survive. Guru Sahib knows he's not going to survive. Guru Gobind Singh Ji lifts their son's head, puts it in their lap. They wipe the blood off his face. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha, they say, I'm so happy, I'm so in love with the work, with the seva that you've done. Ask for what you want. Pyareo, those Gur Sikhs, they say, Guru Sahib, we made a huge mistake. We wrote on a piece of paper that you are not our Guru and we are not your Sikh. Sometimes we turn our back completely. And Guru Sahib, even then, they took out that piece of paper. They said, this piece of paper was on my heart the entire time. A mother never forgets the relationship between a mother. Mata Sahib Kaur Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha was asked by that Gur Sikh to please rip that apart. Pyare, only that time. Guru Sahib didn't shed a tear when their 4 children became shaheed. They didn't shed a tear when their house was destroyed, when their father's head came back when they were young and 9 years old. They shed a tear now. That's the love, the compassion. They shed a tear out of happiness. Pero they tore that piece of paper apart. They forgave the child, and they considered those 40 Gursikhs that were fighting in that battle, that those that returned, they were liberated. They became known as the Chali Mukte, the liberated ones. We remember them every day in our Ardas. The entire Khalsa Panth throughout history, we're sharing their history today. They're always remembered. They became idols. That's true. The relationship of Guru Sahib and a Sikh is like the mother and a child, making mistakes and being forgiven. Then the father and a child. How a father disciplines, father teaches, father guides. A child does not know what to do, but the father disciplines and he says, you need to do step 1, step 2, here's the methods. You can do this, and then if you make a mistake, I'll discipline you, and we continue moving forward. He inspires, he teaches leadership. Then the relationship between a friend. Some things that you can't share with your mom and dad, you can share with your friends. You lose your formalities. And truly the Bhagats, those devotees, not just a mother, not just a father, but you reach a state spiritually, even your relationship with physically Guru Granth Sahib Ji or history or the Khalsa Panth, it becomes like a friend to you. There's no formalities. You say things, Guru Sahib talks back to you, you talk back to Guru Sahib. There's no limitations in that love between friendship. Truly, they say that Bhai Daya Singh Ji, they were born a year before Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Paatshah, and they grew up riding horses together, fighting battles together, learning together, doing kirtan together. They grew up doing these things, and there wasn't formalities between them. Sometimes they would joke. But Bhai Daya Singh Ji knew that this is the form of God, and they were continually falling at their feet. Eventually, when Bhai Daya Singh Ji would go out and say things to people, people wouldn't be able to tell, is this Guru Gobind Singh Ji or is this Bhai Daya Singh Ji? That's how the history of Bhai Daya Singh Ji is. That's what it means. There's no formalities left. Instead, their characteristics, the way they talk, even what they look like, they became identical. And what I mean by that is that your relationship with your Guru, you lose all these formalities at some point where you become the form of the Guru. There's no difference between the Panj Pyare and Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Paatshah, between Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Paatshah and the Akal Purkh that's omnipresent, the God, Vaheguru that's omnipresent everywhere, and that same Vaheguru is sitting inside of you. Fall in love with this history, follow these footsteps, realize what the role of Guru Sahib is. By doing good things in this world, you do not reach enlightenment, you do not reach God, you do not find God. By doing great things in this world, you find a Guru, you find the true Guru, and through that true Guru, you reach enlightenment, you reach God. Guru Sahib is that link, is that escape route, you can say, from your pains in this life. That's how Guru Sahib is the protector, the merciful, the omnipresent. Guru Sahib is the lover. Guru Sahib is the blesser. Guru Sahib is the protector. Protector, when we think of those stories of Draupadi, Laj Rakhe, her clothes are being pulled apart. She's calling out to God when nobody else in the world can help her, and God protected her honor. There's one story that I want to end off with, how Guru Sahib even takes the place of these Guru Sikhs. They take each other's place, and they protect your honor in this world and the next world. And that's the story of Bhagat Singh Ji. Bhagat Singh Ji, Pyareo, they were somebody who was a barber. And from time to time they would go and do different sort of work, and they would go and serve the king in different ways. One day, evening time, they were making food, and they had this thought that I want the company of saints. They invited few saints. Saints came over to the house, they sat down, and he began feeding them food. And as he began feeding them food, they sat down and they started doing kirtan, they started reciting God's name, they started meditating. And as they started doing this, the entire night passed. Morning came, and that next morning, Bhagat Singh was supposed to go to the king's court and he was supposed to serve him. But all night they continued to recite God's name, doing devotional worship, loving God. And then that time came in the morning when Bhagat Singh was not able to go. But God took the form of Bhagat Singh and went to the king's court. God themselves in the form of Bhagat Singh served the king. The king was so happy. Of course, God is serving them, but he doesn't realize. He's so impressed with the work of Bhagat Singh, he's astounded. Pyareo, when the morning time came, Bhagat Singh is so embarrassed that I didn't even attend the king's court. I'm going to be embarrassed. Who knows if I'm going to be punished? So he walks all the way, he walks in. The king is so impressed and he's expecting himself to be yelled at. He's expecting to be punished and embarrassed. The king takes off his own robes. Bhai Gurdas ji writes this in their var, that the king took off his own robes and he put it on top of Bhagat Singh. The entire kingdom praised Bhagat Singh. In this way, Guru Sahib, Waheguru themselves, they protect the honor of the Guru Sikhs. They're the protector. If you feel embarrassed or people's opinions or people are going to look down on me in this world, keep in mind those jewels, they become more and more prevalent. They become more and more respected as time continues. History praises them. Even during that time, Bhagat Singh was praised. Today, nobody knows the name of that king. Maybe not. Nobody knows the people who were in that court that were praising Bhagat Singh. Nobody knows another barber that might have been his neighbor. But everybody thinks about Bhagat Singh and remembers them and falls in love and follows their footsteps. We think of them every day when we read Gurbani. So Pyareo, Guru Sahib is the protector in this world and in the world after. And one last thing, Guru Sahib keeps their promise. The story I want to share. There was a person whose name was Mula Khatri. Mula Khatri was there during the time of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He accompanied Guru Nanak Dev Ji all the way to South India, where Hazur Sahib today is. Guru Nanak Dev Ji traveled there. Guru Nanak Dev Ji stayed there for a while. There came a time when Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that you go to your family. Go to your family, spend some time there, and then when I call you, then we'll go continue back on our travels. He went back to his family. Time passed, many months passed. He became indulged in his work with his family, and he became attached to his family. And then the message came from Guru Nanak Dev Ji that let's continue our travels. He called for him. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji's words stung the family in a way where they turned on Guru Nanak Dev Ji and said, "Oh Father, don't leave us. Because if you go to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, then who knows if we're going to see you again. Who knows if you never come back again. So instead, you hide here and don't go back." Mula Khatri agreed that, I don't want to go back now. He fell into these words of his family, of these attachments. Guru Nanak Dev Ji themselves traveled to the house of Mula Khatri. And when they knocked on the door and he said, "Mula Khatri, let's go. I wanted to meet you." Guru Nanak Dev Ji themselves traveled all the way. If sometimes we turn away from Guru Sahib travels towards us. They make ways for us to be forgiven. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Padshah, when they heard the words of the family, when they said that Mula Khatri is not here, "Oh hai nahi." And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that if he's not, then he's not. And the words of Guru Sahib are true. While Mula Khatri was hiding in the back room, a snake bit him on the foot, and Mula Khatri passed away. And because he turned his face away from Guru Sahib, when we look into the Shabad, "Mere Sahiba kaun jane gun tere, kahe na jani augun mere." We look at the different Junes and the different life cycles that we've been through to finally gain the jewel of a life. Heere jaisa janam hai, this human life that's so precious, to be able to earn God's name. But because he turned his face away, he went into the life cycles. The family saw that he passed away. They went back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji and said, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha, forgive us, forgive our father, forgive our family. Guru Nanak Dev Ji promised the family, because you've come back and asked for forgiveness, you will be forgiven. But I'm not going to forgive. If you are forgiven now, but your father will be forgiven in my 10th form. Look, after 10 forms, Guru Gobind Singh Ji kept their promise. Guru Gobind Singh Ji is there in the area of Hazur Sahib now. The Guru Sikhs went out towards the hill, out into the fields and out into the jungles, and they went hunting. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha, they shot an arrow and he went and hit a rabbit. When the rabbit died, the Guru Sikhs came up to Guru Gobind Singh Ji and said, "Oh Guru Gobind Singh Ji, why did you kill a rabbit? It was so innocent. It didn't do anything to us." And Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha said that, "I'm not going to explain, let the rabbit explain themselves." When they looked towards the rabbit, this history writes that from that rabbit, the Guru Sikhs, through Guru's blessings, they were exposed and they witnessed the soul, that Ruh of Mula Khatri standing there, holding his hands and asking Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha for forgiveness and blessings. And Mula Khatri explained the entire story that happened, and Guru Sahib was not killing me, Guru Sahib is liberating me. If anybody gets touched by the arrow of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, they don't die, they are liberated. They get blessed. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji kept their promise of liberating me and forgiving me. They were able to see through all of these life cycles. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji even writes this in their Gurbani, in Slok Varanke Vadik, Marna Jape Mulya, that, "Oh Mula, you didn't remember death when you turned your face away from me and you went into the attachments of the world. You did not remember death, that death can come at any time." But Guru Sahib always knows, and Guru Sahib is always forgiving and always protecting. In all of these ways, in all of these methods, grow your relationship with Guru Sahib. If you don't know, listen to history. Listen to Gurbani, read Gurbani. You have to communicate. Gurbani is the way you communicate. Gurbani is the way you remove your ignorance. History is the way that you relive that love. You ingrain that love of these Guru Sikhs inside of yourselves. The physical acts that you do, they affect your spirituality, your mentality. Pyareo, this path, this journey towards Guru Sahib is the love. The Sikh becomes the form of the Guru. There's no difference left. At the beginning, through ignorance, we experience all of these things. We think that Guru Sahib might be just a book, Guru Granth Sahib Ji, we just matha take. No, continue these physical acts. Do the seva, do the service. And as you progress on this journey, eventually all the pains of your life will go away and you become the form of Guru Sahib and you're liberated from this world. You become the form of truth, the awareness omnipresent in this world, and complete bliss beyond this world, beyond the senses, beyond the shackles of time and space. So Pyareo, while speaking, while talking, I've made many mistakes. If I've said anything wrong, this topic is so advanced, it's such an ocean, you can dive into it. Thank you for blessing me with this opportunity to speak to you. If I've said anything wrong, hurt anybody's heart, please have it in your heart to forgive me, and do ardas, pray that Guru Sahib blesses us to do more and more seva, to spread this message of Guru Sahib. In the way Guru Sahib might be blessing us, that Guru Sahib can be blessing so many people across the world. So inniyan bintiyan parwan karniyan ji, fateh parwan karni ji. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.